Hi ghosts! We have so much yarn to unbox. And a friendly crow, of course. Um, so it's been a while since I recorded a video. I have been going live, so please come hang out Thursdays and currently Sundays, but we might switch to Saturday because I have so much going on Sundays. But anyway, feel free to come hang out on those times. But I decided I wanted to go ahead and start filming videos again. So I thought a really easy and fun way to do that would just be to come out to the backyard and show you the yarn that I dyed this week. Also, yes, I did in fact give myself an undercut. Very happy with it. I'm not sure if you could see it because I can't see what my head was turned away, so I couldn't see what you saw, but hopefully you saw it. Anyway, also this will have minimal editing because my last video editing program stopped working on my computer, and I haven't found another one that I like and want to learn, and that's one reason why I haven't been recording videos, because I would have to edit them. So this is kind of like a live vlog, except it's not live. So yeah. So yarn. I dyed a bunch of Pride yarn. Speaking of, there are 3 colorways that are about to go up on the website. They might already be there by the time you're seeing this. Trans Pride, Bi Pride, and one that was supposed to be Trans Pride, but it turned purple, so now it's just queer magic. So I was going to put those up yesterday, but I ran into a technical difficulty known as I just forgot to photograph one of the skeins. So I redid that one this morning and also did a whole bunch of other photos of all of my inventory, and now the photos look so much better. So thank you for buying yarn even with the old photos, and now I think you'll love to see the new ones. So yeah, I'm trying to think where to start. Haunted Hydration seems like a good place. Strawberry Kiwi sparkling water from my local Walgreens. Yeah, I think I'll just grab whichever bag is closest to me. This looks like it's one of the mini skein sets. This time, since I was low on wash bags, I put all of each set in one wash bag. The nice thing about plant fiber yarn is that it doesn't, like, once the 24-hour, what I call the marination phase has passed, it's very unlikely that any more dye will get on the yarn, so there's not really a big worry about color transference. I think that's the word. Color bleeding is not the word, because like the color will stay on the yarn, but there's just so much dye for plant fibers that it takes a long time for the water to run clear. So that's why I use the washer, which means I get to open these up, and it's kind of like Christmas. So this one is the Bi Pride mini skein that I was experimenting with. By the way, all of the mini skein sets I dyed this time are on fingering weight yarn, because I forgot that I apparently bought both worsted and the fingering the mini skeins last time. I will be buying more each of those weights of yarn. They I found that cotton fingering weight always looks a little bit like tangled when it first comes out. It's not tangled, but it looks that way, and just because it's a very soft, fine fabric. So, but it does help to like use zip ties and hair elastics to keep it from getting too tousled. But I also bought one of these again from my local Walgreens. Shout out to Walgreens, not sponsored, obviously. But this helps to just like kind of arrange the fibers, and it's funny because I realized people have been doing things like this for thousands of years, so it's not like I'm reinventing the wheel. I mean, I kind of am though, but like this is, I'll probably do this off camera and like take the zip ties off and show you the finished thing when probably tomorrow morning when they're hanging on this tree here to dry. An important step in the dyeing process is hanging my yarn outside so the chemical so the sunlight and fresh air kind of get the chemical the lingering chemical smell of the dye. Like, the yarn's clean, it still smells a bit weird when it first comes out of the washer, so it really helps to hang it out in the fresh air and sun. So and I feel like the trees like flowers to be hung on them. So anyway, this is the purple of the By Pride set. This is just one set because I only had one more set of 7 skeins, but the other 2 color mini skein colorways you'll see are each 2 sets. Just I dyed each of the reds at the same time, each of the other colors too. And I wanted each of them to be 7 because I didn't want to give some pride flags like fewer skeins than others. So each of the main colors of the By Pride flag have 2 mini skeins in this set. Go ahead and show you the other 2. Then I'll show you what I did with the 7th one, which is kind of cool. Apologies for the background noise if you can hear that. Sounds like a helicopter or a plane. Of course, pink. Excuse me. I forgot how much I like just filming. I should do that more. And blue. And now that I both have the Open Camera app, which helps with white balance, and also figured out that my back camera looked so bad because I had a lens on it, which I put on it like a lens protector, which was supposed to protect the phone but also let me still take pictures, and it didn't work out. So that's one reason my pictures look a lot better now. I forget what direction the By Pride flag is, but it's something like that, right? So that looks awesome. And with the 7th one, because each of those are 2, I tried to do all of the colors, but you can't really see the blue. It's mostly just purple and pink. Like, there are hints of blue, but you will see. This one is living dangerously because I did not use a zip tie, but I think it will be fine. Ooh, I do love that. I think for each of the flags that I do the mini skein sets for, because I would love to do more of them, I'll just have some of the skeins for just the color of one stripe, and then the extras will be maybe all of them or a couple of stripes if it's like a even number color, an even number of colors in the pride flag. So like for something like the non-binary pride flag, which has 4 colors, yellow, white, purple, and black, I think. I could have like 1 yellow, 1 white, 1 purple, 1 black, and then 1 yellow, 1 white, 1 purple and black, and then 1 all 4 colors. So that's 7. So I might try that next time. Please let me know what you think about all this, because I want to do. I like doing yarn that I want to do, but also I kind of want and need to do yarn that you want to see. So let me know. And thank you for all of the love and like buying my yarn so far. Speaking of, that's not the one I thought it was, but I'm breaking my rule because I really want to show you the next pride flag. My rule being just grabbing the next one that came to hand. Let me know if you can guess which pride flag this is inspired by. Not exactly, because it's not like perfect, you know, one stripe and the next stripe. But hint, it's the one I was just talking about. The large canes are also cotton fingering weight. All of these bases are from Knit Picks. So yeah, this is the inspired by the non-binary flag, and I'm calling it hot NB summer, because we have hot girl summer. So why shouldn't NBs have fun too? Oh well. Rearranging some stuff so I can have places to put my yarn, because it's gonna pile up quick if I put it on this little table that I have my new tripod on. I've been wanting a tripod for a while, and then I figured out, you know, I run a yarn and YouTube business. I could put it as a business expense, so that made it a bit easier to spring for it. And I had both of these non-binary colorways in the same bag. I ran out of bags. But this time I just did 2 of them because I had a lot of things that I wanted to dye. And there are so many pride flags, I would like to do all of them. Ooh, that's cool. I was not intending to get some orange in there, but that's fun. Lots of green in here, and like, looks like more orange. Oh, I wonder if that's because some of the yellow may be mixed with the fuchsia. This is purple, but like it has a lot of fuchsia dye in it, which is one of the primary colors that I used there. pause for plain and for hydration. So like, my back is really sore because I've been doing a lot today. I went to get groceries and I rinsed this yarn before I put it in the washer. So a lot has been going on. Oh yeah, I also was standing up while I took all the pictures of the yarn in the light box, which my housemate has, and has said that I'm free to use it for pictures of my stuff too. So yay! Shout out to Brenos at Strixien Creations. I think anyway, he makes pottery. So anyway, next. Oh, I think this is another mini skein set. I think how sparkling water is it. You burp more than usual, but that's fine. Worth it. This is one of the Night Goat rainbow sets, which were on worsted weight yarn last time, but now they're back on fingering weight. My goats are inside right now, but they say hi. They also say meh. And again, each of these is one of the, I think, purples in this case that will go into the 2 Night Goat rainbow sets that I dyed. I'm going to undo the, I'm going to take off the elastics and then hold them all up, hopefully in correct rainbow order. I do include pink in my rainbow because as a kid, I was like, what do you mean pink isn't in the rainbow and that there aren't actually 7 colors? That's fake. I was told that it's a 7-color rainbow and there's pink, so since I'm the one dyeing this rainbow, I was right that that's purple, because this is definitely blue. I find that when you add black to the colors, like which is what I do to make the goth rainbow, like the Night Goat rainbow sets, the colors behave in very interesting ways because my black dye, I think, is made with purple. Like I just get it as black dye from Dharma, but it runs purple when you rinse the yarn, so I'm thinking there's some blue probably in there. So for certain colors, I have to add things in that you wouldn't think would be something that you would have to add in. Like I have to start with orange if I want to make dark yellow, because otherwise just yellow and black is green. Another plane. That's part of how I make slime green Abyssal Queen, at least the dark end. Yellow and black is pretty much all you need. I don't know if all of these will look like rainbow colors, but I'm just gonna line them up and hope that people find an order that works for them. Because I'm just looking at yellow and orange and I'm like, I'm not sure which one's supposed to be yellow, and the other one doesn't look like orange, but that's okay. This one's definitely darker, and this one's a bit redder. I think this one's supposed to be yellow, and maybe this one's a very reddish orange, but it's really hard to tell. But they both look cool. I think when they're lined up in a rainbow, people won't really be thinking about, oh, those aren't the exact colors I was expecting in a rainbow. They'll just be like, oh, those cool muted dark colors. Here's the last one. This is the color that I get from black and yellow. I think what happened was I went overboard for making orange, because I knew that I need to start with orange to make yellow. Then I need to go even more toward the red with orange. But I went too red, I think. But anyway, this is gorgeous though. Like, I can't wait to see what someone's gonna make with this. Will it be you? The nice thing is, with fingering weight, it has a lot more yardage than worsted weight. So worsted weight works up faster, but like for a 10 gram mini skein, which each of those are, you get a lot more than 16 yards, which I think is the yardage for the worsted weight ones. I don't really include the gram weight for the cotton yarn on my website, because I'm like, well, with the dye it might be a little bit different. It probably doesn't matter too much, but I'm like, well, the yardage is probably what people want. So if you would like me to include the grams as stated by Nitpicks or wherever the source is. That sounds like I don't know where these came from. Nitpicks, or like whatever the source is that I get other yarn from, then let me know. Looking at time. Okay, we're good. Actually, that is not the time. Oh, that's the time. Oh, cool. This might not be as quick as I thought, but I'm down for an hour-long vlog if you are. Alright, next one. This is actually one of the skeins that I grabbed before the non-binary pride one. You'll see why I mistook it for that one in a minute. Taking off the elastic. It does have some similar colors. But this is another skein of pan-dyed pride. The blue didn't really turn out as well as in the last one. I was trying really hard last time to keep the sections of the yarn like each of the primary colors, which is what I was using for the 3 stripes, completely separate, and it's hard. But also what I did this time was, instead of separating, like going around the donut of the hank and separating it into thirds, I just did what I normally do with fades and started, one end, the other end, and then the middle kind of counts as its own thing. So but yeah, a lot of my yarn like doesn't always look the same because I kind of dye by feel, and that's one reason why I say I have like I think of them as colorways, but I try to say like this is a collection, so it's not exactly the same each time. So hopefully that gives the idea. I also dyed more of Slime Green Abyssal Queen. While I'm undoing the elastics, I will tell you, you might be wondering, well, if he uses black and yellow for the darker end of the skein, then what about that slimy green at the light end? And I do use some turquoise, I think, but just a very small amount compared to the amount of yellow, because the point is to keep it looking like seaweed. And I want the yellow green to just kind of glow from the inside. Here she is. I love this colorway. And I sold out pretty quick. Thanks to all of the ghouls from the yarn dungeon and alt knots. I appreciate all of the lovely shout outs I'm getting from them, and like the love from my fellow ghouls. And I think that's why I sold out of the slime green, because it's a very ghoul-friendly color. I actually dyed 4 skeins of it, so I might not show every single one, but here's the second one all bunched up in the elastic. I think I'll just speed round through the skeins that have multiple ones in the same colorway. I don't really want to have to edit, and if I said, oh, I'll just do this on screen and come back, then that would mean editing, and I even tried to make like turning the camera on and hopefully off as well, like something that could be part of the video. So if you saw that, yay me, I succeeded. I feel like this colorway looks like a piece of seaweed, and I love that. One more, and then we can move on to other colors, including other pride flags. Let's see, I showed you the non-binary pride, pan pride. There's at least one more. Maybe 2. I can't remember if I did 1 or 2 more pride flags, but leave a guess in the comments which one you think it might be. Maybe you can guess based on the traces of dye I still have. Yesterday I had much more. Since I'm surprisingly not a plant fiber, I don't know why it sticks so well to my skin, but it doesn't stick for very long, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's where me not being a plant fiber comes in. Anyway. I love how even the ones that were in the same pan at the same time look different. It's like a magical adventure each time. Alright, I think it's time to show you possibly the last colorway. That was not it, but it is time to show you the last Pride colorway. Last chance to get your guesses in the comments. Also, please like and subscribe, and oops, I almost spoiled the surprise. And turn on notifications if you like what you see and want to support the channel. Are we ready? Ace Pride. At least that's what I was going for. This one's going to be called Ace of Cakes because Ace, and also like I'm not Ace myself, but like I know enough about the community, or like I know enough people in the community to know a few of the in jokes, and one is that Ace people love cake. So I thought, well, that's fun, like cake, and also you can twist yarn into a cake. I was a bit worried about it sounding super close to Mace of Skeins, who was an awesome indie dyer, but I think I'm saved by the fact that that literally Ace Pride yarn, so I have to make a pun on Ace. And I guess something that sounds like the word spade. So I do have one more skein of it, but I don't know where it is at this moment. I mean, it's somewhere here. But right now we're getting into the winner of the poll I posted on YouTube, so thanks for voting if you did. At least the winner last time I checked. I don't think I set an end date for the poll, but anyway, Vampire King was far and away the winner, which both surprises me and doesn't, because like it was very popular. Like I only have one more skein of it, which I might just buy from myself. We'll see. But I have more now. And it is a little bit different in color than on the other base, partly because I was doing a different thing. Like I'm trying to go for the same more or less result, but I don't necessarily get there the same way. And of course this is a different base, so it's this lovely plum wine color this time. I dyed 4 of these, so if you're like me and you love Vampire Kings and also yarn named that, then yeah, this will be on the site. Just realized I had a bunch of mesh bags over here when I'm trying to put them over there. And the interesting thing is, even the same colorway that I'm trying to make more or less look the same can look different in the same dye session. This is also in the Vampire King collection. This is why I don't call them colorways, but it's also that like dark wine, like dark red kind of wine color. This one is a lot more purple though, I will say that. I think there's another one of the more like less deep purple and more like deep wine red ones as well, but it's in another bag. Vampire King's gotta have a castle, right? The band Nox Arcana, which I love, has an album based on Dracula, and like they do like spooky instrumental music, and one of their songs that I love, I've used in at least one reel on Instagram is called the Dracula's Castle, or something like that. So that's in my head right now. Oh, here's the fourth one, the fourth skein of Vampire King, and the other kind of wine red one. Going forward, I will probably kind of gravitate towards this type of color, but I kind of like the other one too. Part of this is a learning process about how do I make consistent colors when I want to, which I would sort of like to for the colors that I like and that people love. Oh, here's the second skein of Pan-Dyed Pride. I think it has a little bit more teal in this one, or blue, so the blue stripe is a bit more evident. It ends up looking very rainbow, so it could be for like just the general pride flag too, but my inspiration was the three primary colors of dye, which happen to be the three stripes. Then they kind of blend in cool ways. Okay, this is the second skein of the Ace Pride yarn, Ace of Cakes, and the last thing after that is my Tiny Goat Rainbow mini skein, which is the bright, more traditional rainbow. So that will be fun to unbox, unveil, unbag as a last thing. It's interesting trying to do things with gray stripes. Let's take a water break for this claim. Luckily, we don't need sound to enjoy this yarn. The interesting thing about doing flags with gray stripes is I sort of have a gray, it's mist gray, but it's like I'm still learning how to use it and like what type of gray it is. Is it more blue or red or both? For the gray, I just sort of faded from black into the mist gray, and then the white is just sort of fading onto the bare yarn from both the purple and the mist gray. So I had to look up for both this one and the non-binary flag which order the stripes were in. And last, the rainbow inspired by our beloved tiny goat. The colors are super bright. My camera can't even handle this red. I was once I figured out the problem with the lens protector on my back camera, I texted my brother Brian, who's a filmer and photographer, and I told them 90% of my problems have been solved, and the other 10% are caused by the color red. I love her. She's a drama queen, red, which is funny because I associate red with the person I named Red Champion after, that colorway collection, who was a face of one of the faces of my patron god. So anyway, red. It's not quite as fluorescent as you're seeing on camera, but that's fine. If these look like very bulky mini skeins, I have 2 of them on each zip tie so that I could make 2 skeins at once. What is happening? I think the 2 skeins we're trying to tie together. Mosquito? Okay. Anyway, we'll sort that out after we film. Orange. These hair ties are supposed to help it be less tangled. These hair ties are supposed to help it be less tangled, not more. Yellow. Green. I love how this blue came out. I actually added some of the, not just turquoise, but one of Dharma's other blue dyes, which is a bit more of a cool blue, I guess, so it doesn't look quite as turquoise. So it doesn't like tend toward green as much. But I love how this came out. Purple. This will be a good one to end on. Pink. And now let's see them all together in a row. I love working with color, and like it just feels like poetry. So now I'm going to take this big armful of yarn and just brush it and put it on hangers to dry. And I love it when I just get to carry an armful of yarn, like, yes, yarn. And I will show you a clip of what it looks like when it's hanging to dry and like combed out and stuff. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for that, and goat bye.